Howdy folks, welcome back to Victorville Arc. Today we are doing a flight that was inspired by my trip out to California. We're going to fly LAX to Victor Charlie Victor, which is Southern California Logistics Airport in Victorville, California. It's in the high desert. And the reason for this is because when I was in California on my trip, coincidentally, another friend of mine was in California the same weekend visiting a friend in the high desert. And one option he had was to fly into the airport we're going to, VCV, but it would have cost it's an obscene amount of money. So he flew into LAX and then drove like 2 hours, or I guess like 3 hours in traffic or something. I don't know. He drove forever to meet his friend, but that's where he went. So I'm like, why don't we, for fun, in the simulator, fly LAX to the high desert? And so we're in LAX now. We're at the fire station. I try to pick an appropriate starting point. I couldn't find GA. I couldn't find signature or anything. So I just picked an open spot and it happened to be the fire station. So I apologize for starting at the fire station. But that's where we are. Road Brothers turned on. We are going to do a GPS RNAV approach into our destination. The only instrument approach available is runway 17. So hopefully the weather will favor us. I think it's going to be cloudy, so I don't know what sighting is going to be like. But we're going to try to keep Road Brother on. It's almost 7 a.m. in the sim. And I do have my frame rate counter up again because I have a new monitor. I have a real 1440p 144 hertz monitor. And I've been playing with some settings because now that I'm not on a gigantic TV at 30 frames per second, I'm on a real monitor. I wanted to see like maybe I can get away with certain settings that I couldn't before, like details I don't need or something. And I also finally get to see the quality you get to see on YouTube. So all this time, you've been seeing better quality than me because I was running a 4K TV downscaled to 1440, which means it looks like garbage. Whenever you're out of native resolution, it looks like garbage. It just does because of the interpolation and stuff. So I finally get to see what you get to see. And we're in a super densely populated area with a lot of my detail settings are cranked all the way. And we're sitting at 37 at LAX, 40 at LAX while recording. So I'm just curious to see. So because of those two reasons, we have the frame rate counter up. I don't want to make a habit of keeping it up, but whenever I use it, I just want to explain why. Alrighty, so let's slowly zoom in here and we will get started. It's an 84-mile drive. So flying... well, we're not going to be flying as a crow flies because the mountains are in the way. We actually have to go around a little bit. So it's going to be about 65 to 70 nautical miles, I think. So anyway, there we go. We're zoomed in, ready to load. Let's see what we're going to do. We're going to hop inside. And oh my gosh, my field of view is all screwed up again. Why change? I didn't change monitors. I'm going to actually walk you through this with me here. So my field of view is... I usually I was keeping it at 60 for everything, and then I moved it to 80 because 80 looks better, but then I got to zoom in my views. So I think for right now, today's video, I'm just going to keep it at 60. I'll investigate. I go, like for the FlyJSim aircraft, it's 80. For some GA stuff, it's 80, but other GA stuff like this, it's 60. It looks best. It just, I don't know. I like to mess with it sometimes. So I'll like bring it to 80, but then zoom in my view. But that takes a while. So we're just going to go to 60 today, and I'll just play with it off camera. I'll make a note to myself between videos to adjust field of view. That being said, what is your favorite field of view? Leave that in the comments. I rarely ask for comments, but what's your field of view? 60, 80, 72? Every time X-Plane updates or resets it anyway. But anyway, so there we go. Let's go up to fuel, which is over here. Let's see, it should be less than an hour flight time, but let's do hour 45 anyway, just because we don't know what's going to happen. Oh, 7:02, we're running behind. All right, let's get the battery turned on, which is down here. External lighting, we already have the logo on. What else do we want? Recog now. All right, hop out here, remove static elements, which is here. Close the baggage door. Might as well close the passenger door while we're at it, and the cockpit door. Why not? Whoop, I clicked the wrong thing. There we go. And yeah, okay, there we go. Seemed out of order, but that's okay. Close doors, I did. Wing windows as well. And emergency lights can go to normal now. Whoops. Yeah, arm in normal. EFIS on. Parking brake set. There we go. Fuel switches. Turn it on, turn it on. Auto to auto. View the main. View the auxiliary. It uses the auxiliary first. Let's see. Props. Oh, where's my preset for that one? What? Hang on. There it is. All right. Reset all that stuff and make sure my rudders work. And they do. Alrighty. Here we go. Engine to auto igniter. Arm it. Ignition switch. Wait till we get 15 on the turbine. And there we go. Right conditioner to low idle. But both go up because of my single axis on my yoke. Is it going up? There we go. We'll let that stabilize at about 57 or so. Alright, I guess it's going to be 56 at where I put my conditioners. And repeat for the left. Whoops, I did the wrong one. I did the starter instead of the generator. And left generator, lower the guard. Auto igniters can come off. Avionics switch. AC bus, left and right. Sync the gyros until that's fixed. Turn off external power. Rudder boost, which is here. Climate. Bleed air valves, heater blower. It's a chilly day, so let's turn the furnace on and do auto temperature. And test overspeed. And the stall. And put that back in and we're done over there. Flight plan and the GPS. Yes, we do have a flight plan to put in the GPS. This is where our frame rates really drop, but we're still above 20 in 1440p with everything maxed out. Okay, so here we go. First of all, let's clean this up a little bit. I like to do that and declutter a little just because weather's on. Flight plan. Boy, I don't even remember what that flight was. I just remember we worked around the hold. All right, clear. Menu, then clear. Delete flight plan. There we go. All right, we're at LAX. Outside one? Yes. Now, we will do the airport, but we have to go to Apples first to get around the mountains. So we're going to go to Apples, and I know this from the approach chart. And I'm just going to do this with you instead of cut it out like I normally do. Why not? Apples and Apples. Alrighty. Now, let's put in our destination. We're going to try to do this the right way. So Kilo Victor Charlie Victor. There is Victor Charlie. Whoops. And let's just go forward. Whoa. Keep that mouse in the right spot. Victor. Whoops, see, that's the problem. I went too far. There we go. Victor. STUV. WXYZ. There we go. Let's load the approach. Select approach. And we want to do RNAV 17 with GPS. And we want to enter at Nank. That's your only option anyway. Oh, there's Apples already. I could have done Apples. Where's Basal? Looking at my tree. Yeah, we don't want to do Basal. That would be a sharp turn to the left. We want to do Apples. But we have Apples in there, so let's just use this one. And we will load it, but we're not going to activate it until we get to Apples. Right? How far is that? Not going to... Actually, let's do this. Flight plan, what's the total cumulative distance? 84. So it's the same to drive as it is to fly. Well, miles converted. Is it farther to fly than it is to drive? I guess it could be. Whoops, let's get the right screen. In fact, we might not even activate this until we get in the air, because look at this. It's all screwed up. So anyway, that's the plan. Is it going to show up? Yep, there you go. Boom. And then it's not so crazy. All right, let's keep that at about 20 miles or so. Once you get closer to this, we will activate it. So we're not going to do GPS at the end of the runway like we normally do, because I have a feeling it'll screw us all up. However, once you start moving, I might fill this in. We'll keep an eye on it. Let's keep it like that. I know my nav data is out of date by like 15 years. All right, CDI set to GPS is too early for VNav. Where are we? Avidyne radios. No radios or instruments to tune on this. Altimeter barometer, you bet, because we have road weather turned on. So let's center us and click on the airport. And where are we? Light and variable. So it doesn't matter what runway we use. So 299er5, but we need to pick a runway 2. 29er. Come on now. 299er5. Light and variable, so it's not going to matter. It's fun to go over the ocean when you take off. However, we're not in a jet. So I don't know, maybe. In fact, if you look at my video of the departure, my real life flight I just posted, the departure video, we take off here and we go over, and before we even get to the ocean, we're above the clouds because there's low cloud cover. And then I have video of how the clouds stop along the shore. It was absolutely amazing to see. It was so cool to see that in real life. I want to take out over the ocean because that's fun, even though we're not in a jet. So let's taxi out here, which is going to make that 24 left or 25 left. Not sure, to be honest, because I don't know there. But I know you're yelling at me because I don't know which ones are 24 and which are 25. I don't know LAX. I'm not a jet person. I'm not a long haul person. I'm not a big airport person. So I don't know the big airports. I'm sorry. 24. I assume this is 24. Or it's either 24 or 25. But we're going to do the left one. So whatever it says. So we're going to come out and we're going to taxi. It's going to be a long taxi. That's okay. Long taxi. All right, that's our plan. Cabin pressure. We're going to fly. It's 84 nautical miles. We got to get over some mountains. Terrain, looking at my chart. We want to hit apples at 72. Let's go all the way up. We're going to go steep today. We're going to go all the way up to 17,000. Just in case, we want to set that to 19,000, and we adjust that as we climb. Let's see here. Auto feather, then to arm. Why am I forgetting where auto feather is? There it is. Generator ties closed. I remember that. Auto anti-ice. Pitot heat. Stall warning. Not going to worry about that. Prop sync on. That is done there. Autopilot. What did I say we're going to do? 17,000 feet. Normally you only do 16, but I don't know what the terrain is and stuff like that. We're going to do 17. It's going to be a steep ascent and a really steep descent. Okay, that's fine. Let's set up autopilot. Super duper simple. We just do nav and climb. Except we're going to do 2200. Super steep. We're going to be in the clouds though. We're not even going to see the ocean, are we? Should we do a shallow climb so we can see the ocean, and then we'll do a steep climb later? Yeah, let's do that. Let's start at 800 just so we can get up, and then we'll change it to 2200 after we're over the ocean. Let's do that. I'm totally going to forget too. I'm going to wonder why it's taking so long. TCAS on, though we don't worry about it. All right. Prepare for taxi. Those are on ground. What do I want to turn on right now? When do I have nav? Okay, that comes on later. Taxi it is. That's it. All right, props to taxi. They should change, and they do. There we go. First set of flaps down, although we have a mile and a half to do that. So we're just going to go out. Oh my gosh, it's like fogged in. We're going to go out there and just taxi and taxi and taxi and taxi for a very long time. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to start the taxi here together. And let me get my rudder pedals where I want them. I don't know why they're moved. And take out the parking brake. And away we go, I think. Does this think we're off-road? I think it thinks we're off-road because it's taking like almost full throttle to get going. And my props are plenty far forward. There we go. Yeah, I thought we were off-road because now we're rolling fast. All right, here we go. I guess maybe you want to see Alex in the sim. Nah, it's gonna take us forever. I will meet you at the end of that runway. My rudder pedal is stuck to the left 100%. What is this? Let me see if I can fix that. Alright, because this is taking so long, and we have some important people who need to get to the high desert for something. Not sure why you need to go there, but they're important and they need to go there. We're being approved for a midfield takeoff on runway 25 left. I've been noticing the signs, and it is 25, not 24, 25 left. We're going to pull up here to the stop line, and we'll get ready to go while other traffic is getting through. Well, let's just stop here a second, and we're going to stop right there and set the parking brake. And here we go, end of runway. Flaps down they are. Reading and cabin can come off, which means the overhead flood comes off. Oh, wait, no, wait, no. Reading on, everything else comes off. And then taxi lights off, landing lights on, nav and to ground. And there we go. Trim for takeoff, which we come down here and we hit that. Whoa, see, this is all weird because, come on. Oh, sorry, it's not the other plane. You click it. Okay, there we go. All right. What are we doing? Heading bug. We'll do that in a second. Start stopwatch. We'll do that in a second. And everything forward. So we're going to pull onto the runway now, using our taxi view, just like so. And they want us to keep rolling. So what do we need to do? Start the stopwatch, which I need to come down here. Select, start. Not going to worry about the heading bug, because I'm not going to gauge autopilot right away. So props forward, conditioners forward, throttles forward, and away we go. We got to get out of here. There's airplanes behind us that have been going all the way from Asia, and they really want to land. So let's go. There is rotation speed. Let's pop off the ground. And we're up. Gear coming in. Flaps coming in. And we are just going to fly this out a little bit. Looking good. See the ocean, which we're barely going to see. And then we'll engage autopilot. Let's zoom this out a little bit so I can actually see where we're going. Come here. No, not yet. There we go. Whoa, the wind is making me do crazy things. There we go. Out over the ocean. There we go. Alright. And should we dare engage autopilot? See what it does? I'm kind of curious. Kind of curious to see what it's going to do. Let's engage it. Let's see what it does. We're just on here. No, we don't do this way. Boom. It's going to turn us to the left. Hopefully it turns us all the way around and not sends us into some crazy place. I am really curious. Alrighty, let's have a good look out the window here briefly. There's clouds there. Why isn't it turning us more? It's probably lost. It's lost. Okay, let's use heading bug. There's heading. And let's go to heading mode. And let's spin this thing all the way around. Oh, it's going to go backwards, isn't it? That's right. It's so... No, that's right. I just can't remember how it works. Let's turn that all the way around. There we go, like this. And then we'll fix it in a second because we have to do engine management or we're going to be in big trouble. Let's bring back props and throttles, keep everything in the green. There we go. Starting at the top, our gauges are green. Let's see where we are and what's going on. I knew that wasn't going to work out the way I wanted it to. There we go. So we'll use heading bug to get us closer, and then once you're near it, we'll use GPS. Or nav, I should say. But we are, should be climbing at 2200. We're not, oh yeah, that's right. See, I told you I'd forget. We're high enough now. Let's go. 2200. Let's get out of here before we hit the mountains. Alright. Nothing to see because we're all fogged in. I greatly apologize because I know LAX and that surrounding area would have been fun, but we have very recently done, we're out of the ocean anyway, done several flights with high detail in LA, day and night. So we can just go back in the channel a couple videos to see those. But otherwise, we're going to use instruments and do this like such. Okay, are we about ready to level off because we are too far? There we are. Look at that. What a good guess on that GPS. Boom. Or on my heading bug. Let's move over here so we can see both. Alrighty, we're going to need to do heading bug again in a moment. I think we're just gonna fly like this for a second until we get situated because it's kind of a mess right now. So I'm looking at the airplane here. I think my cursor's turned on. It says it is in my recording software. We're right here. We are about to get to our line, and then I'm going to use heading bug to get us onto the line, and then we're going to try GPS again. I don't know why it's pointing the wrong way, because clearly we want to go that way. What do we have in our flight plan? Let's go direct to Apples. See if that helps, perhaps. Yes, it does. Now let's do nav, and let's see if it turns us. There we go. Not sure why it wasn't cooperating with us, but it seems to be now. So we avoided disaster. There we go. 72 nautical miles for our first waypoint. Autopilot's going. All the gauges are in the green. Everything is ready to go. After landing checklist should be about complete. Yeah. Landing lights off at 10,000. And barometer at 18, which we're not going that high. Alright, so I just have to calculate VNAV. Let's do a little bit of looking outside. Well, there really isn't a whole lot to see. You know what? I'm going to turn my frame rate counter off now because we were way above 30 that whole time. So we're just going to take a screenshot of that because that looks awesome. This stuff was flying in real life though the other day above the clouds over LA. I apologize, you don't get to see much. That's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. And this is what they call their June gloom out there anyway. For the month of June, it's hazy and only 75 degrees. Alrighty, so what are we going to do now? Calculate VNAV, and then we're going to have some sightseeing. So what do we want? At Apples, we want to be at 7,200. So that's what we're going to use. Although we're going to use something else for autopilot. But for Apples, we want to be at 7,200 feet. I'm going to do 0 because we want Apples. And we do an 800 foot per minute descent. So in 16 minutes. Well, it's going to come down very quickly when we level off. There we go. Let's zoom this out. We do not need to be zoomed in that much. I want to see your waypoint. And let's just go like that. Alright, there we go. So I will see you at top of descent, which will be in about 10 minutes once that levels off. Landing lights could come off now. Yes, they can. So let's do that. Otherwise, we are all set. I'll catch you in about 10 minutes my time or so. Well, 2 minutes later my time, not 10. It's time to descend. So that's what we're going to do. Once we leveled off, it really made a big difference. I was nervous about these mountains though, so we'll keep an eye on it. It's time to descend. We're going to set autopilot all the way to our fix. Yeah, BM. Suzy Q, huh? That we want to be at, let's see, 7,200, 52. Yeah, 4,300. We're going to have to call it quits and take over manually anyway. So let's set this to 4,200. Right? Let me just do the 4,300. Which should be fine. Like that, and then one touch descent. You just hit descend, and we're all good to go. I'm a little nervous about that. I think we should be fine. As soon as we get past that range, though, we're good. So normally if you drive through this, you drive through LA and then Orange County, and then you come up through here. This is where the road is. And then with this high desert right under these clouds. Like, I'm expecting the clouds to go to the ground. So for our intents and purposes, I may reuse the clouds if I have to, but we'll see. We also have to get our weather. I just wanted to do a little bit more sightseeing though before we have to do that, but we really don't have time. So what does our VNav say? It says 1,000 feet per minute to keep up. So let's increase this to 1,000 feet per minute, because that's what our VSR says. That should come down eventually once we figure this out. We are going to, well, we're speeding up, so that's going to say you got to come down faster, but we're not going to speed up because I'm going to drop back the throttles so that we don't speed up any more than this, because we don't want to go too fast. So now it should level off and come down. So they're leveled off at 33, and that should come down as we slow down a little bit. See how that works? Oh, no, we're still gaining speed, so that's going to say you have to come down more steeply. Back throttles a little more, let's say about 220. And we'll keep that around there for now. I'm a little nervous, but we should be fine. So we need to keep an eye on this screen and this screen. We need to go back and forth. Anyway, there's your mountains. I can't remember the name of the mountain range. There's a whole bunch of parks and things up here. It was really amazing learning about it when I was out there. Alrighty, so we need to get our destination weather. So let's see. Hopefully it's in here by now. It should be. There it is right there. What does it say? Wind 140 at 5 knots. So take away the 0 to 14. We want the runway closest to 14, which is going to be 17. Thank goodness, because that's what our only instrument approach is. So the wind is going to be coming from like this way. So we have a little bit of crosswind from the left, barely. 299 to 1. So there we go. That's all we need to do. Let's see. We're going to come out to here, and that's going to make us go like this. So we should be good. Mountains. Once we can make this, then we're good the rest of the way. 299 or 1. That's it. Just keep an eye on the speed. Notice we picked up speed, so this is going to be higher now too. Oh, yep, it's higher. Not by much. So you get some sightseeing. I have to manage my GPS, my descent, and our VNav. Otherwise, I think I will pick back up with you at Apples in 7 minutes my time, which will be about just under a minute your time, depending on what sightseeing I give you. So don't crash on me, simulator. Okay. Oh, weather updated. Good. We're going to be able to see where we're going. So our runway then is probably right over here somewhere. Yeah. Okay. All right, here we go. Round 2 of sightseeing before the clouds fill in, and I'll catch you in a little bit. And there's our turn. Almost missed it because I was too busy sightseeing and coming back into the cockpit. So let's have a quick view out the window while this is happening. Good timing too, because we're about to run over those mountains. Alright, so while that's turning for us, how far off are we on our elevation? We want it to be at 7,200 and we're at 74. So we're way too high. Let's increase our rate of descent a little bit. But not too much because I'm going to start slowing down now. So everything is all set. Let's get the landing lights back on. I totally forgot about landing lights because I normally just leave them on in this airplane. So there we go. Landing lights are good. What's next? Flaps and gear when it's time, which it isn't time, but it will be soon. So now we got to get comfortable in our seat and we have to figure out what we need to do. So our next thing to look for, oh boy, it's going to spin us in circle. No, let's go direct to here. Oh, I didn't activate my approach. Well, we're going to activate it now. Let's see. There we go. Alrighty. All we need to worry about is elevation. So where are we at? We're at 5,900. We want to be at 5,200 at NAC, which is 3 miles out. So let's severely decrease the rate of descent because we're almost there already. So we need to go 300 feet in 3 minutes. So let's do 200 feet per minute, like so. Yeah, that'll take care of that. Okay. Just checking things out. 5,200 feet at NAC, and then 4,300 feet after SCAT. No, 52 entering SCAT. 4,300 by Suzuki. And by then, we really need to be taking over ourselves. So 5,200 is what we're aiming for. As soon as that gets 5,200, it'll level us off. Otherwise, 2 minutes to go. Then we make yet another turn. Hopefully it's smoother this time. Three seconds until the turn, so let's catch this one this time. I'm also noting I have a lot of screen sharing because I have an NVIDIA card, but this is a FreeSync monitor and it's compatible with FreeSync and NVIDIA if you go behind the scenes and tweak a few things. But then I did that, but apparently Flight Sim does not like that. So I'll be making further tweaks behind the scenes. But I'm hoping you don't see the screen sharing, because you shouldn't see screen sharing. That should just be a monitor thing. It shouldn't have anything to do with the way the video is being recorded. But I'm curious to check this section of my video and see what happens. I'm very curious. Alrighty, going into SCAT. 5,200, so we're going to level off because I'm not paying attention because I was sightseeing. Let's level off right here, and then we will go down to 4,300. And by then, we should be flying by hand anyway, so our airport should be right back here. Should be right in that little valley, I think. Not that it matters because we're still IFR, but should be in that little valley. So here you go, high desert of Southern California. Alright, and we're turning because I was outside doing sightseeing during turning. So here we go. We need to get down now to 4,300 in 2 minutes. So that's 500 feet per minute drop. So there we go. We're going to keep our speed where it is, I think. Because then we've got 4 miles to get down to the runway. So there it is, lined up as we should be. And everything looks good. Alright, we'll have gear down in a minute, flaps down in a minute. No more sightseeing. We had enough sightseeing outside anyway. I think not much is changing, except this cool little like town or something on the lake. That's pretty awesome. Alright, we're coming down to 4,300. 1 minute and then 4 miles from there. So here we go. This is the final stretch, folks. Let's start slowing down. Props forward. Bring that throttle way back. And time to kill autopilot. There we go. Turn that off because I don't like looking at it. We're hands-free. We're hands-on flying. Gear coming down. That'll cause some drag. Ooh. Little gust of wind there. Let's not nose down because we're only have one white on that pappy. Keep our flaps in for right now. Let's keep our speed up a little bit. So we're going to nose down for speed, but we're going to engage some throttle so we don't descend very much more than 5 to 800 feet per minute. And we're going to keep going. We're just going to go all the way in. Pretty straightforward and simple. I'm going to use GPS, but I like it. And then I like taking out the 727 for the old slant alpha flying. But we have done slant alpha in this airplane before, a couple videos back. Very nice and smooth. So a little bit crosswind from the left in theory, so we could do left main down, right rudder to compensate, land with the left main down, firm landing, but I don't know if we're going to worry about all that. I think I'll just do it intuitively. I'm not going to talk it through like I normally do, because I do that in pretty much every video. So I'm just going to land. I do notice a little bit of crosswind. Alrighty. Here we go. 1 minute to the airport. Bring those throttles back so we keep our descent while we nose up to slow down into flaps range. There's first set of flaps. It'll cause us to float. I'm curious how much this happens in real life. I know it's going to affect the airplane, but I really fight it once those flaps start coming out. There's one white on the pappy. And we gotta start coming down. Throttle down. There's 2 and 2. Throttle back to come down, I should say. Feels like we're really high, but I'm going to trust the pappy on this since it's an IFR flight, although we reported runway inside a long time ago. I'm glad that weather cleared up too. Alright. Keep our descent about the same. Let's slow down a little. Second set of flaps is going to float like a mother. Come on. There you go. Getting blown to the right as we should if the wind is from the left, so that seems to be working. Well, watch your speed. Needs to be 110 until final. What am I doing? And yes, we will get sucked down a little bit. Has not been fixed yet, but it's pretty close. 2 and 2, but I feel so high. Or not though. There we go. 100 for final, and we're gonna touch down just at stall speed in this because I want to. Let's see if it sucks us down. There it is. There's a suction right there, but we're down gently. Nose wheel down gently. And reversers. Because we can. We don't need them, obviously. Look at that. I think that, of the hundreds of flights I've done in this aircraft, I think that was my best landing ever. I even compensated for the suction a little bit. Wow. I'm happy about that one. I didn't even know it was down, to be honest. Well, now my rudders are going wonky again, though. Of course, that's going to screw it up. Flaps have already come in. We are going to get off the runway and then reset a few things since we don't have a co-pilot to help us. So we're going to get off. And we're going to stop right here. There we go. Set the parking brake. Come up here and change our lighting around. And then stop our stopwatch. 33-minute flight time. Boom. Alright, after landing. Oh yeah, we can also do our lights for everybody here too. Stop the clock, all the lights, center flaps are already in. Props or conditioners to low idle. And then props to taxi. We should hear sounds change, and we do. So now I got to figure out where in the world we are going. I just realized, I think this is the Boeing Boneyard. Is that why those planes are there? And I didn't realize that's where we were going. Because if that's what this is, I guess that's what Southern Logistics Airport means. This is really cool. What a nice surprise. I didn't even realize it that we're coming here. Oh, it looks like we're just going to taxi to the right. And then we'll just head off to the left a little bit. Simple enough. Let's hop inside and let's taxi this thing. Alright, we're coming off the long taxiway and we're going to cut this corner to the left. And let's see what's going on here. I think we're going to head towards that tower, then go left again. If I remember from our brief overview of the airport. I actually do have a diagram of the airport here. I should probably look at it. Yeah, we're just going to go left, except it's not labeled where things are, so never mind. We'll just head this way. I think we're going to use that brown building just in view off the left of the windshield there. I think that's what we're going to use, so let's head over there and I'll meet you there and we'll unload. I don't see any taxi lines heading to the building, so we're just going to do it ourselves. Right out here in brevity because our important person really wants to get off the airplane. They got a little dizzy on that other taxiway at LAX, and they got a little dizzy when our GPS gave up and spun us back. So they just want to get off. So let's slow down here. Whoop, tight brake. Whoa, brakes, brakes, brakes. All right, let's stop right here. Set the parking brake and shut down checklist. Let's see. Turn off all the lights, it says, but we'll keep the tail light on. And fuel off. Well, first of all, my favorite prop sound ever. And then fuel off, and then they're going to hook us up to external power. And then we turn the battery off. And then we can shut off other stuff I have. So whatever you want to shut off, you can. It's up to you. I should really do a full shutdown checklist. I haven't for this one. I have another aircraft, though. Not sure why not this one. I think we can get to here like this. Whoop, everybody wait till they stop spinning, please, before you run out of the airplane. All right, let's go over here and let's get their doors open. Baggage door and static elements. And that takes care of that. So, welcome to the high desert, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the flight. I certainly did. Next, we're going to be California still for the next flight. And then I have some flights over in Asia planned. So hopefully you enjoyed the flight. I certainly did. Please stay tuned for more. Suggest any flights you have in the comments below. And I'll catch you on the next one.